Yeah. What's good? What's good? What's good? Ah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. How we feeling? Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. How we feeling? How we feeling? How we feeling? Talk to me. Talk to me. If we trapping, say we trapping. If we trapping, say we trapping. You hear me? If we trapping, say we trapping. How we feeling? Let's talk about it. Listen, y'all. Tonight is going to be crazy. Tonight, I want to turn it up a notch. Tonight, I want to go another level. Tonight, I want to go another level. I want us to say wired. I want us to say wired. Now, look, you're going to see me look up sometime because if y'all can notice, this thing is clear. If you notice, this thing is clear. You hear me? So listen, I paid attention. I listened to y'all yesterday. Y'all say trap. Like, we need better quality. Trap, I say bet. I say bet. So all day today, I've been working on getting the right crew. I've been working on getting the right camera set up. I've been working on making sure this thing look good. So I was a little late today. But I made sure it was because I wanted us to be right. I wanted us to have the quality. I wanted us to have the sound. I wanted to make sure this was beautiful. You feel me? So look, one time, you know what I'm saying? Let's clap it up for the quality. Let's clap it up for the quality. Let's clap it up for the quality that we came with today. I'm telling y'all, I wanted to come up. That's showing y'all like I paid attention. I listened yesterday to y'all. I heard y'all like trap. Listen, trap, I hear it. It sound good, Trap. I hear what you're saying, Trap. You got me wired, you got me up, Trap. But listen, Trap, like I need some more quality. I need better quality from you, Trap. I said, bet. I woke up this morning, I got on my team, I said, yo, we're not doing nothing off the camera. We need the camera set up. I need the sound set up. I need them to hear me. If we gonna be impactful, if I want them to go to the next level, I gotta go to the next level. I gotta get them a next level experience, y'all. I got to get them a next level of experience, y'all. So I want you to know, like, if you see me looking up, I'm looking into the camera. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm pushing the slides over, right? Like, I'm so intentional with this. I want this to be so real, right? Like, I want y'all to understand that, like, I'm putting, yo, it's free, Trap. It's free. So I could have had it look like it wanted to look, and I could have been like, you know, man, it's free. I don't even care. It's free. I don't care. They got it. No, I'm like, bet. I heard them. Today I went through DMs for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. I'm in DMs. I'm answering DMs. I'm like, yo, that's the equivalent. You're going to laugh at me. That's the equivalent to me going hand to hand. I'm doing something that other people don't do that got 1 million people in their community. I'm doing something that other people don't do that got a blue check on their name. They forget to do that. You know why we 1 million strong? You know why we can have 50,000 people registered? You know why we can do that? It's because we authentic. It's because we do this for impact. So yeah, we're going to answer DMs. Yeah, we're going to listen to what y'all saying. We're going to listen to it. So I want you to do something right quick. And we trapped. I couldn't get to the video yesterday. I told my team, look, don't take it down. Let's leave it up for 24 hours. But everybody who signed up, we still going to give them the gift that we told them we going to give them. At the end of the day, folks, everybody who signed up, we still giving them what we say we gonna give them, even though it's on YouTube right now. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. Clap it up for that. Let's clap it up for that. Let's clap it up for that. So look, man, today, day 2, we wired. We wired. I want to ask you a question before I get started. I want to ask y'all a question. What season are you in? What season are you in? See, we know that everything has a season. There's a harvesting season, and there's a time to reap the harvest. There's a time when you feel like soil. There's a time when you gotta plant the seeds, right? There's a time when you plant the seeds, and there's a time when you till the soil. And there's a time when you harvest the soil. And even when you harvest the soil, there's a time when you put something away. And then there's a time where you reap the benefits of the soil that you harvested, that you put in the blood, sweat, and tears for. So I want you to think about tonight as, what season are you in? But not only you. See, I want us to stop thinking. See, that's what tonight is about, because we're going to talk about putting them kids in position. We're going to talk about putting the kids in position. We're going to talk about putting the next generation in position. See, I got something in my head where I said, I want to make sure I take care of the next 2 generations. See, that's a concept that most of us can't conceive. Like, I want to take care of the next 2 generations. Trap, I'm bad at taking care of myself. It's because in your mind, you think that way. Your activity and your reality cannot outperform your expectations. That's where we at right now. That's where we at right now. Your activity and your reality cannot outperform your expectations. So if you think you can do it, you ain't gonna be able to do it. Man, and let me tell you how I come up with that concept. I come up with that concept because I was talking to one of my wealthy friends who I met on the journey, because I'm always acquiring information. I'm always putting myself in the room. I told y'all, my money do 3 things for me: buy me access, buy me assets, and buy me information. That's the 3 things that my money do for me. It buys me access, it buys me assets, and it buys me information. It puts me in a position, because how can I get to a place that I've never been if I don't get around and learn from people who've been there already? Answer that question. How can I get to a place that I've never been? How can I experience something I've never experienced if I don't get around people who've been there already? Okay, let me say it like this. When you go to another country, the best thing you can do is get a tour guide. When you go to another country, there's a reason why you get a tour guide. Why do you get a tour guide? Because if you don't get the tour guide, you're going to get lost. Now, you're going to foresee some dangers that you didn't know. Right? Can we agree to that? So here's what happens. It's not saying that you can't go out the country or go somewhere else and not enjoy the experience. But what happens if you get lost? I'm not saying you can't find your way back, but it's going to take you longer. You may have to spend the night somewhere you ain't planning on spending the night. You may encounter some things that you ain't even have in the plan that may set the trip back. You may encounter some things that may even kill you. But if you get a tour guide, he's already been there. He's familiar with the territory. She's familiar with the territory. He's familiar with the terrain. He knows the dangers. Don't go there. Don't swim over there. Don't do that. Keep your hands in here. It's what happens. When I went to Africa, we went on a hike. The man said, listen, follow me. If you go that way, something can happen to you that I'm not responsible for. You know what I said? I'm not going that way then. This is common sense. But when it comes to building wealth, and when it comes to us being successful, we just won't figure it out on our own all the time. I got it. I'm going to learn this the hard way. Ain't nobody got to tell me. I know what I'm doing. But if we remember what we said last night, what did we say? We said something so profound last night. I want you to think about this. If we're on a journey to achieve wealth, the most ineffective way to achieve wealth or success is by trial and error. The most ineffective way to achieve wealth Our success is by trial and error. Why do we gotta keep bumping our heads? This is what I want you to understand. You can keep bumping your head. You can keep bumping your head. You can keep doing it by trial and error. But I can guarantee you that's gonna wear you down. That's gonna wear you down. I'm not saying that you can't be fit for the fight. I'm not saying that you can't overcome some things on your own. But sometimes, if we just get us a tour guide, we can enjoy the experience a little bit more. Can we agree to that? Can we agree to that? So tonight, y'all know, man, before I get into these slides, man, and before I get us into that, before I get us there, because y'all know how I am, I want us to just understand, I want us to open up to that, right? In all complete honesty, man, like, yesterday was truly a game changer for me, y'all. It was a game changer because I didn't expect the energy to be that high. I didn't expect me to perform and show up the way that I did. But most importantly, for 2.5 hours, we stayed in here at 13,000 people. Man, I just want to salute y'all for that. I want y'all to give yourself a round of applause, and I want to congratulate you all, and I want you to congratulate yourselves for that. I want you to congratulate yourselves for that, because that's monumental. I don't want you to look at that as like something, or we just sit behind the internet. I want you to understand right now that we are renegotiating our contract with America, with Wall Street, with the gatekeepers of poverty. We renegotiating that contract. I want you in the comments to say, I'm renegotiating. I want you to say, I'm renegotiating. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we doing in these 4 days of Wire for Wealth. We renegotiating. We coming back to the table like, nah, fam, like that what we had going on, like that ain't working for us no more. Like we want something different. Yeah, the school situation, the banking situation, the investment situation, the wealth situation, the retirement situation. Yeah, we renegotiating that, yo. The mass incarceration situation, the lack of wealth in black, poor white, poor minority. Now we renegotiating all that, man. We renegotiating that, man. Like these 4 days. That's why these 4 days are so important to me. I had a vision in my mind, y'all. I'm gonna just be 100% real. I was like, yo, I got pissed off, and excuse my language. I got pissed off that all our great leaders never got a chance to be as impactful as they could be. Like I got pissed off at that. Like I got pissed off when I thought about Fred Hampton gone at 21 years old. Malcolm Martin get killed so early. Like Patrice Lumumba. Like I got mad at. I'm like, yo, like, bro. Every time, like our people get, we negotiate. We renegotiating that. Like we gonna renegotiate that, man. Like we gonna learn what financial freedom is. We gonna learn what financial independence is. Like we gonna renegotiate that. So I want y'all to know, man, like I'm excited to be in front of y'all today on this extraordinary occasion, man. This one, I promise, is going to change the dynamics of our family, a future generation. Today, I promise you, is going to go down as one of the game-changing days in our history. Today is going to be the day where we get the blueprint tonight on how to give our kids freedom. The power of the custodial account has been a secret weapon for the wealthy for years. I'm going to say that again. The power of the custodial account has been a secret weapon for the wealthy for years. Because last night we said something. We said that if a dollar ain't moving, a dollar is what? That's right, it's losing. We said that if a dollar ain't moving, a dollar is losing. That's something we just learned, but it's something that they've been knowing. So if now we know that, it's time for us to renegotiate that contract. It's time for us to divorce that toxic relationship, that toxic marriage that we had with money. It's time for us to divorce that. I need you in the comments, if you rock with me, say, I'm divorcing that, Trap. Like, I need you to say, I'm divorcing that, Trap. I need to see it in the comments. I need to see it in the comments and say, we divorcing that, Trap. I need to see it. Like I told y'all, like, I don't mind giving the information here. I promise you're going to get it tonight like you got it last night. But one of the things I always do in all of my teaching is I help you change that philosophy. See, I'm going to be like, let's think about this. If you go from one hamster wheel to another one, did you truly get free? Or did you just switch masters? All right, Trap. You talking right now. You talking right now. But tell me what you mean, Trap. There ain't nobody to master me. Okay, cool. We understood last night that, see, we opened it up. We understood last night that what they did was in 1910, between 1910 and 1940, the high school movement came about. What the high school movement did was it put us in school for an extra 4 years. So it made us understand the idea, and it made us comfortable with being in an environment from 7 to 3 or from 8 to 4. And then when we became adult, we made us accept that fact as well. Another form of institutionalization in the form of the educational system. And so that job, that career became priority in our life. Do me a favor, man, because I'm doing this live on YouTube, man, hit that like button for me, please. Share this out, please. Let them know we trapping, and make sure you subscribe to me. Do that for me. Right? So they made us like make the job a priority in our life. They made us say, yo, like, I got to get off vacation early because I got to go to work. I got to leave the family reunion. I got to go to sleep early tonight because I got to go to work. I can't miss this day at work because I need the money. I got to work this overtime because I need the money. So what they did was, one, not only did they get us in the mindset of we comfortable with being in this job all day, every day, but we also are dependent on this job every day, all day. If that ain't mass incarceration in another form, I don't know what is. If that ain't making a job our master in another form, then I don't know what is. Because we stated last night that once that chattel slavery ended, institute economic slavery got deeper. We said that. We understood, if you look at it from a broader perspective, we understood that while everybody was out during the pandemic, at home, working from home, we understood now why they say, nah, they got to get them people back at work. You know why you got to get them back at work? Because they experiencing freedom. They experiencing freedom. They learning how to do the job at home. They learning how to get on a Zoom call and just do from top to here and get the job done. No. We can't let them experience that type of freedom, because at that point, the job is not a priority no more. We got to get them back in here. We got to get them back in the cell. I know, Trap, man. I need you to talk, Trap. I need you to get to the slides, Trap. I'm getting there. Trust me. Because if you wired for wealth, we got to reprogram. We already said that. To be wired for wealth, You got to reprogram the poverty mindset. In order to be wired for wealth, I got to reprogram the lack mindset. In order to get you wired for wealth, I got to get you in a situation. I got to change your mindset. I got to let you understand that we in abundance. We in possibilities. We in prosperity, not lack, not scarcity. I need you to understand it. So, yep, I'm going to get to the slides. You don't even trip. I made them. It took us a week to get them together how we wanted them. They flowing. They congruent. They go, but I need you to get here first. Like, I need you to get here. I need you to understand that this is a deliberate thing that's going on, y'all. It's the reason why you think you poor. It's the reason why you don't think you can achieve wealth. And it's another reason why a man can see himself being a billionaire at an early age. Because some people expect wealth and some people accept poverty. All right, Trap, you hurt me feeling. But I need you to know, some people expect to be wealthy, while some people just expect to be in poverty. We got to change that. This ain't just happen. This deliberate. It's deliberate right here. Like, it's a reason. So when I tell you that, yeah, they want you back in the workplace. And I'm not saying you can't love your job. That's what investing is all about. That's what being wired for wealth is all about. Because we need teachers. We need principals. We need head chefs. I'm from the street, but we need police, so we're going to live in anarchy. You feel me? But what happens if you could be in a situation where I don't feel like going to work today? I ain't going. I don't feel like going to work today. I ain't going. I'm going to stay on my vacation just a little bit longer. How many people in here right now wanted to stay on vacation a little bit longer, but you couldn't because you had to go to work? Say me. I need you to get up right quick. I need you to do me that favor. Like, I need you to get up and say, me, Trap. Like, I need your blood to flow. I need you to move with me because, look, action flows with what you identify with. I need you to just stand up right quick and say, me, Trap, and then you can sit back down. But I need your blood to flow. I need you to get up right quick and say, me, Trap. Like, how many of us wanted to go to our friend wedding and we had to take off and they said, yo, you ain't got no more time off, fam. You ain't no more paid time off, yo. Say me, Trap. All right, so let me give you one of my experiences, like, because I like to come from a place of experience. I remember when I was working on the Falcon Stairs, we were working 7-12, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. And then once we got to the roof, because if you don't know about the Falcon Stairs, like the roof is the first retractable roof. So it opens up and it switches around, right? And so then they put us on 4 10s and 3 14s. 4 10-hour days and 3 14-hour days. I say, bro, man, my daughter's birthday coming up, man. I'm taking off, man. They told me you can't take off. I say no such thing as what I can't do. I say, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take off, and then you do whatever you gotta do after. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna take off, and whatever you feel like you gotta do, write me up. Oh, that's cool. It'll be when I get back. And if I'm fired, that's cool too. I took off. I went to my daughter's birthday. I stayed an extra day. I'm like, I ain't tripping. I came back. I wasn't fired. I wasn't fired. Like, we gotta take back control. So you being at home, you chilling at home, you working from home, you know, you taking the bonnet off just to show this part of your face so you can do the office meeting and you on the Zoom with just your picture on. Yeah, they know what's going on. That's why they need you back in there. Because if you go back in that office space, you know what you do? That job become your priority again. Ain't no more vacationing from Zoom. Ain't no more vacationing from Google Teams. You feel me? I just need y'all to think about that for a second. I need you to get in your mind, like, what is the life? I'm going to take a minute to ask y'all this question. What is the life that you desire? What is the life that you desire? Now I want you to ask yourself this question. Are you doing everything in your power right now to attain that life? Mm-hmm. Now let me take it a step further with you. What would you do if you was 18 and you inherited $1 million? I ain't talking about getting $1 million because your people passed away. I'm talking about, what if you turned 18 or 21 and your people handed you $1 million? How would you feel? How would you feel? Donald Trump said his daddy gave him $1 million. And we looking at him like he crazy. Now your daddy gave you $1 million. I wouldn't. But check this out. His daddy did what a parent is supposed to do. His parents did what a parent's supposed to do. You know why that seemed odd to us? We'll just keep it 100. Most of our parents ain't never gave us nothing but some good advice, or some advice they thought was good based on the life they live. Listen, I love my mama to death. Y'all know that. I talk about her all the time. If it wasn't meant for my mom, I wouldn't have survived the streets. You can say that, like, if it wasn't for the stuff that she installed in me, I wouldn't have survived the streets. Yeah, a small loan that he ain't never had to pay back. Right? And some people can say, well, his parents did this, his parents did that. No matter what, yo. His parents put him in position to do whatever the hell he wants. And it wasn't just him. That's what wealthy parents do. Like, wealthy parents put their kids in position to win. They set them up for success. Here's a trauma for us right quick. You got to get out of my house at 18. I don't care where you go, but you got to get out here. What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of nonsense is that? What am I supposed to know at 18 about life? What am I supposed to know at 18 or 21 about life? How am I supposed to know that? What is that? I don't care where you go. You got to get out of here at 18. Where am I going to go? I don't know nothing. Where am I going to go at? Wealthy people don't do that. Yo, you stay here till you get it right. You stay here till you get it right. And I'm going to help you get it right. I'm going to put you in a confused world of more confused people and get mad at you for making mistakes. That's not how that goes. That's a trauma. We got to unanchor ourselves from the trauma. We can't give our kids the same trauma that we got. That ain't right. All right, so check it. What if we put ourselves in position, our kids in position to get that? What happens? What happens? No college debt, no pressure to hurry up and get a job, no credit card burnout, learn how to properly manage money and invest. You unbreaking the chains. You vaccinating them for the economic slavery that's ready for everybody else. All right, we're going to get into it, y'all. I don't want y'all to feel like I'm just talking. We're going to get into it, y'all. We're going to get into it. I don't want y'all to feel like I'm just rambling. Like Trap just rambling. So we're going to get into it. Here's what I want us to understand. Reality check 101. Poor people live check to check. Rich people live year to year. Wealthy people live generation to generation. Let's sit on that for a second. Let's sit on that for a second. Poor people live check to check. Rich people live from year to year. Wealthy people live from generation to generation. Man, let's let that sit in for a second. And then just to finish that, like to bring that to the next level, even the Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Come on, man. Come on, man. When is the last time we seen somebody we close to, somebody we kin to, somebody we real friends with, when we seen somebody in their family pass away and all they leave them is grief? All they leave them is grief. Like, I'm just like, when we pass on, when how people pass on, we fighting over who get the pictures out the house. I get that picture. That's the picture I wanted. I want the air conditioner. I wanted the stuff in the cabinet. That's what we inherit. Or we getting a paper that say, yeah, your mother or your grandmother, your great grandmother, your great aunt passed away, and yeah, she owed us this much. Or we couldn't pay for the funeral because she ain't have a life insurance. So yeah, y'all gotta come together and do this. And so now GoFundMe goes to $1 billion corporation now. GoFundMe is $1 billion corporation because people ain't got life insurance. I'm just speaking facts, yo. That don't nothing about that sound like wealth to me. I know it's a harsh reality. Financial traumas. And we go through life like everything is all good, knowing that if something happened to us today or tomorrow, everybody messed up. Hold on, I'm gonna dig a little deeper than that. Men, I want you to understand, because I'm speaking from perspective right here to us. Men, when you leave that woman to take care of them kids by herself. You pass on and you ain't straight. When you out here messing up and you ain't straight, like you leave the family in a financial debt. You leave them in a financial burden. I'm gonna just keep it 100%, knock on wood. I pray to God don't happen to me right now. But if something ever was to happen to me, yo, my daughter's mother and my daughter and my mother are well. And we got that thing structured. Like, yo, you get this, you get this, you get this. Look, she can't get this till she 18. But look, on the process, look, from now to the time she's 18, you get this much a year to make sure she good. And then when she 18, she got to do this in order to get this. And then when she's 21, she got to do this in order to get this. And then when she's 30, she got to do this in order to get this. Like, I want you to understand, kings, like if y'all co-parenting, that's such a burden not on that woman. That's such a burden that's not on her. Like, your financial input is necessary. My daughter mama told me this one time. She ain't never had to tell me again. She said, I ain't gonna never ask you for no money. Because just like you need drawers, socks, and t-shirts, just like you need food as a grown man, she need twice as much because she growing every day. I said, you ain't never gotta ask me for nothing ever again. I said, you ain't never gotta ask me for nothing ever again. And so as I became successful and as I was building wealth and I was working on a stadium, we opened my daughter custodial account at like 1.5. I'm like, bet I'm living off 30% of my income. I'm investing 70% of that, but at least 5% of that going to that custodial account. And that's why we're going to talk about custodial accounts tonight. It ain't because somebody told me about it. It's because this is something I've been doing. I'm taking the same medicine that I'm delivering. I'm taking the same medicine that I'm delivering. I ain't get this in a book. My daughter mama told me that one time, and I understood how important my financial well-being was to her and my little one. It made me respect single women and single mothers on a whole nother level. So every time I'm like, yo, here go $2,000. Well, you came at the right time. Don't worry about where that come from. Oh, you ain't gotta never buy her nothing. I got it. Don't trip. Boy, stop buying her so much, man. Look, the more I buy her, I don't care if I buy the same thing 3 times. As less you gotta buy. We good. She good. She good. And that ain't just me talking. Like, that's a fact. At least twice a month, my daughter mama call me and be like, bro, like, you such a blessing, man. I'm so grateful for you. And we don't even play around. It's been 7 years. My daughter, like, we good. We just got a dope relationship because I understood. My daughter ain't asked to come here. Like, we talking about reprogramming kings. And I'm talking white, black, Asian, Spanish. I'm talking all that. Like, them churning. So, like, our financial well-being, like, it's anchored to them. Like, if we die or something happened to us, if God called us, we got to make sure that financially they in good position. They got to, like, it costs to get her hair done. It costs to get her hair done. It costs to put her in school. It costs, like, my money serves me at a high frequency, but not because it serves me at a high frequency, but because it serves my family at a high frequency. And I keep telling y'all, the way you spend your money say a lot about how you feel and think about yourself. So if you got more in your closet, you got in your account. And if you got more on the side of your bed, then you got your account. If your kid don't got a custodial account or a bank account, and we gonna scratch that because now we gonna have custodial accounts, and you got all the drip on and the jewelry on, then that tell me what you think about your family. All right, let's go. Like, I'm on that level. I'm on that. If we trap, we say we trap. You hear me? If we wire for wealth, say we wired. Say I'm wired. Tell me in the comments you wired, trap. Sasha, I see you. Super, I see you. Yeah, Brandon, I see you. Laura, I see you. Annette, I see you. Yeah. Yeah, Tony, I see you. Ryan Hamilton, I see you. Let me see the wire for wealth in the comment, man. Let me see the wire for wealth. It's one of them nights I keep telling y'all that, man. Up next level here. Josh, I see you. Travis in the building. Lance, I see you. I want us to think about like today, man. This is so dope. Today I looked at my daughter's account and she made like $4,000 today. And it was cool. Because the market been going through whatever. So, and the reason why I looked at it was because today her mother sent me this video. My daughter was in a play today. And my daughter, I don't miss nothing. I'm gonna be real. I don't miss nothing my daughter have, but I knew that I was preparing for Wire for Wealth. I knew so I was like, Stank, I can't come this time. Like, Daddy got an event. I'm really pouring into people, and sometimes you gotta just, you gotta just be impactful. And she was like, it's okay, Daddy, I understand. Right? Like, I want y'all to know the importance of this. And everybody around me know, like, my daughter come before everything. Like, the reason why I ain't fly to New Orleans and fly back, because I knew that was just gonna be a lot. Right? But I didn't go to my daughter. This is her first, I didn't go to her. I'm just being honest. But my daughter mom was like, man, you on a bigger mission. It's cool. Like, I'm gonna FaceTime you. I got you. Real talk, like this ain't no joke. Like real talk. Like I was on FaceTime geeked up this morning at 9 o'clock. You hear me? We talked from the time I was in the gym. Me and my daughter still know from the time I was in the gym all the way. She was getting her hair combed all the way to school. From school, me and her mom was on FaceTime. I'm driving in my garage. The phone hangs up. I'm like, man, call back, call back. She sent me the video. Me and my daughter been practicing this line every day. We've been practicing this line. Come on, come on. It's taco breakfast time. We've been practicing this for about a week. Come on, come on. It's taco breakfast time. Grab your buckets. And I forgot the rest of it, but I messed it up so many times. She's like, no, daddy. But I played a mind game with her. I kept messing it up so she could say it right. I kept messing it up so she could say it right. Because, no, daddy, that ain't right. Say it like this, daddy. Say it like this, daddy. Right? And so when I looked at it, I sat in my car and I like cried a little bit. I was like, damn, look at my baby, man. And she was the lead. So everybody behind her, and she opened the show up. She opened the show up. The audience was full. The auditorium was full. She's 6 years old. Her mama actually said, you nervous? She said, now why would I be nervous? I said, because she see me do it all the time. Hell no, she ain't nervous. Hell no, she ain't nervous. So she stepped on the thing and I'm looking at it and she said, come on, come on. It's taco breakfast time. Get your buckets because I know a place that make good tacos. Yada, yada, yada. And everybody stood up and clapped their hands and I'm sitting in the car like, damn, look at my baby. But I want you to understand the importance and the significance of that. I want you to understand the importance and the significance of that. I want you to understand that my daughter today, while she was in school, performing, even though, the market doing what it's doing, today was a day that she made $3,000. It was like, I think it was like $3,400 in her account. She got 6 figures in that. Well, she just herself. Well, it went down to the market, they going crazy. But I want to ask you a question. How much money did your kids make today while they was in school? How much money did your kids make while they was playing Roblox every day, all day? How much money did your kids make while they was asleep? Or while they was taking a nap? I'm not asking you to say that I'm a better parent than anybody. I'm learning as I go. But what we do know is we have the power to put our kids in position, but yet we fail to do it. We understand how hard life can be. We understand the trials, the tribulation, and the obstacles that they face, but yet we refuse to put them in position to win. I know everybody on here know that they're a great parent and they feel like they're doing everything they can. But I want you to ask yourself a question. Are you really? I want you to ask yourself that question. Are you really? Are you really, truly exposing them to things that could change the way they see life, the way they see the world? Are you talking to them in ways that empower them? Are you talking to them in ways that let them know they can be wealthy? Are you talking to them about money? Are you talking to them about ownership? Are you talking to them about success? Or do you say this type of foolishness here? I might be struggling, but my kid's straight. How many of y'all guilty of saying that? How many of us guilty of saying that? I might don't got it, but my kid's straight. I tell my daughter all the time, man, don't you ever say that. Don't you ever say that. Because what we showing them is that it's okay to struggle. It's okay to struggle and look good. We showing them that it's okay to be irresponsible with money. We showing them that it's okay to work multiple jobs to barely get by. We don't realize the things that we do show our kids or leave impressions on our kids or anchor our kids to a certain life. We don't understand that. You showing them, yeah, I'm struggling, but you're going to have the best birthday ever. Yeah, we struggling, but you're going to have all the Christmas presents you want. How's that cool? How is that great parenting? Now, I ain't here to like step on nobody. I ain't here to like make nobody feel bad. But what I am here to do is expose truth, make us face harsh realities, make us look at ourselves and say, we got to do better. Because I think I know for a fact that we don't have these uncomfortable ass conversations with ourselves. I know that our friends be doing some crazy stuff, and then we do some crazy stuff, and everybody cool with doing the crazy stuff. Everybody trauma bonding, everybody financially trauma bonding. Everybody know they ain't got enough money, but everybody cool with looking like we got. Everybody looking like we successful. Everybody looking like we doing good, but deep inside we hurt. We struggling. We one check away from the lights being off. We one check away from being put out. I told y'all something yesterday when we looked at that wealth wheel. You got to learn how to spend money. Again, if you got more money under your bed and you got more money in your closet than you got in your investment account or in your bank account, you don't know how to spend money. Earn money, spend money, save money, invest money, reinvest money, borrow money, lend money, and recreate the wealth. That's the wealth wheel. That's the wealth wheel from day one. And it's 9. What did 9 represent? 9 represented what? In the Bible, it says 9 represent harvesting and fruitfulness. It's saying that you know how to harvest wealth and be fruitful to it. That's what it's saying. But we know how to earn and spend, but not spend correct. Or we know how to earn, spend, and save. Or we know how to earn, spend, and maybe invest. Right? All right, so what we're going to do now, man, we're going to talk about these mindsets. And look, if people saying it's too much talk, it's free. You don't got to be here, fam. My thing is about reprogramming us. My thing is about reprogramming us. All right, Sharon White, check this out. I got something for you. It's okay. Let me see something. Give me a second. Whoop. There we go. I'll take you out. It's cool. We ain't gonna do that, man. You feel me? That's what we gonna do. We gonna I'm gonna just kick people out. It's free. I know what I'm doing, yo. We gotta reprogram. We gotta reprogram. So here we go, man. We talking about mindsets, right? We talk about mindsets. Yeah, that's cool. Like we ain't gonna talk about it. You make the comment, I'm just gonna kick you out. It's cool. It's okay. All right. All right. So let's talk about something, man. Let's talk about scarcity, abundance, right? We got to switch from scarcity to abundance to the kids, right? We got to switch from problems to opportunities with the kids, right? We got to stop freestyling and be intentional with the kids, right? We got to stop just showing them that we work for money. We know how to make money work for us, right? We got to fix a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, right? We got to go from one income to multiple sources of income, right? We got to go from instant gratification to learning how to have delayed gratification. We got to learn how to go from being consumers to being investors, right? I need somebody in here to say, I'm an investor, right? I need somebody in here to say, I'm an investor. I need somebody in here to say, I'm an investor. I need you to say that. I'm an investor. Can we say that? Let me see that in the comments. I'm an investor. I'm an investor. That's right. I'm an investor. I'm an investor. I'm an investor. I'm an investor. I need you to say that, right? So I want you to take ownership of that. Because remember what I said, like, that I am is the most powerful thing that we can say in the English language, man. It's I am. So let's dig in it. Let's dig in it, right? This is what we're here for, right here. We're going to talk about these custodial accounts, man. Like, these custodial accounts are so amazing, right? These custodial accounts are so amazing. They help us in so many ways. They not only help us build wealth, but they help us put our kids in position, right? They help us put our kids in position. All right, so let's talk about it, right? So we're going to just go through this right quick, right? We're going to go through the idea of, so this is TD Ameritrade, right? And that's who I have my daughters with, right? So I have my daughters with TD Ameritrade's great platform to use. But like there's also other platforms like TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, right? We'll just get into that, right? So what I want to do tonight is walk you through the idea, and I'm gonna walk you through this. This is something nobody never did. This is something nobody never did. So look, let's go first, right? So the first one, like once you go to the account, once you set up the account, once you look at the account, like you won't set up where it says joint minor, and you won't go to this bottom right here where it says UTMA or UGMA. I want everybody to say that for me right quick. UTMA or UGMA. I want you to say that. You see that? Everybody see that? Everybody see that? Say, I see it, Trap. And you say, I see it, Trap. Yeah. We digging. All right. So then once you do that, the next thing you want to do is once you do that, right? And let me just talk about that right quick. Right. So the UGMA is a uniform gift to minors account. Right? A uniform gift to minors account. Right? So with this, you become the fiduciary. It's your duty as a fiduciary for your kid, which means you got to make the right decisions. So the UGMA, you become the fiduciary for the kid. Right? That means you got to make the right financial decisions for the kid. Right? That means even with the UGMA, even if you make withdrawals from the account, the withdrawals have to be for the kid. Let's read what I say on the side. Sometimes used to save for a child's education. This account uses the assets they wish to reach the destination. The custodial account can be set up by an adult or a custodian. All assets are transferred to the beneficiary at the age of whatever state you're in. So whatever state you're in, it may be 18, it may be 21. Here's what I love. There is no limits on annual contribution. There's no limit on the annual contribution. That's what I love about this one. That's what I love about these. Say no limit. Say no limit. Say no limit. Right? Say I'm wired. I need you to say I'm wired. Right? I need you to say I'm wired. You feel me? Say I'm wired. Right? There's no limit. So a lot of times people look at the 529. So the 529 is it has restrictions on it. So what the 529 is really an education account. It's for education purposes. So for the 529, y'all see me looking down because I'm looking at the comments. I'm looking at this with the camera right here, so don't trip on me. You hear me? It's kind of weird, right? That's crazy. I'm used to looking at the screen, right? But it's for educational purposes only. So for the 529, what happens is like the max you can put in is like 15,000. I'm sorry, 15,000 a year or 30,000 as a married couple. It's the max you can do a year. 15,000 as a single parent, 30,000 as a couple, as a married couple, right? So, right, we get that. That's the 529. Or you can do what's called the accelerated version, where you can put up to 5 years in 1 year. But if you put 5 years into 1 year, you can't put no more for 5 years. That's the 529. That's the 529. Everybody that's doing the super chats, man, salute, man. I thank y'all for that. Y'all had to do that, right? I'm gonna get to that. So we got the UGMA and we got the UTMA. So the UTMA, the UTMA, is a uniform transfer to minors account. Now what that is, in that one, you can put stocks, you can put bonds, you can put art, you can put real estate, you can put, any type of thing in there. So with the UGMA account for your kids, you putting stocks in there. But with the UTMA, so one is a uniform gift, one is a uniform transfer. With the UTMA, you can put stocks, you can put bonds, you can put art, you can put real estate, you can put patents, you can put books, you can put catalog, you can put all of that in the UTMA. Now, you can get this from any brokerage or a bank. See, how many of y'all got a bank right now, your bank and never even told you that? But the bank is supposed to be on your side. The bank's supposed to be on your side, but they ain't even telling you like what tools they got. Yo, what tools you got in here besides savings and investing and making money off my fees? Like, what type of tools do you got for me and my children? Why you ain't never told me that I can have a UTMA or UGMA? Why you never told me I can buy bonds and treasury notes from here? All you keep telling me about is the cash I can put in that you're going to charge me fees on, you're going to overdraft me for. Why you ain't never told me about the investments I can make? That sounds kind of interesting to me, huh? Capital One ain't never told you that. Chase ain't never told you that. Bank of America ain't never told us that. Wells Fargo ain't never told us that. Regions ain't never told us that. Liberty Bank ain't never told us that. Iberia Bank ain't never told us that. The black-owned banks ain't never told us that. Why none of them ain't never told us that? The credit union ain't told me that. Navy Federal ain't tell me that. Georgia Community ain't never tell me that. Why nobody ain't never tell me that? Why nobody ain't never tell me that? But you on my side. But you want my money. So I can use my money and lend my money out and give me 50 cents a year. But you ain't never tell me I could buy T-notes and treasury bills and set up custodial accounts for my kid. You ain't never told me that. I wonder why. Why you never even tell me that I can own bank stock? Why you never tell me how much dividends you pay me as a bank stock? Why you ain't never tell me none of that? You just keep telling me about money you want me to put in here. Or I need money to put in here to open this account. Why you ain't never tell me none of the stuff that's beneficial for me, or only one thing that's beneficial for you? Because I want you to realize something. There's always two sides to the coin. And America will always show you the side of the coin that benefits them. It's up to you to do the research on the other side. It's on you to do the research on the other side. And here's the dope part. If something happens to you, if you don't have it set up in your bank where you don't have it set up with your bank that someone gets your money or they get that. They get that. If you don't have it set up in your bank where if something happens to you, there's a beneficiary to get your money, they get that. And if that beneficiary is underage and it's not in the trust or nothing, they'll fight them for it. Ooh. Ooh. Hmm. 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 I want to ask you a question. Are we passing down generational poverty? Is our lack of information the reason why we can't pass down generational wealth? Is it our lack of information that keeps us from understanding what it's like to live a prosperous life? Is it our lack of information that has us pigeonholed to the lack? Is it our lack of information that's keeping us financially oppressed? Hmm. We spend more money on stuff that we don't really need. They're spending money on information. They're spending money on getting us in a room that can help us attain a life and attain some things and get some knowledge that can take me to the next level. Like, I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. Like, I'm a student of life. I'm a student of life. I'm gonna pay to get in any room I got to pay to get in to be around some people that know more stuff than me. I keep telling y'all that, man. Like, it's blowing my mind. I'm the worst thing they could have did was give me money to go give me some more information, man. All right, bet. Jerome, I see you, brother. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. Do this right quick, y'all. Give me a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want us to understand that. I want us to understand that. I want us to put ourselves in a better situation. Like, even to the point to where, like, we get life insurance. Like, even to the point we get life insurance. All of that helps us be better. So what are we doing? What are we doing? All right, so somebody said to explain to me one time, and I'm gonna see that right on, man. So the UGMA is the Uniform Gift Minor Account. The UTMA is the Uniform Transfer Account. Right? Neither one of them. So with the UTMA, the transfer, with the UTMA, you can put stocks, bonds, you can put art, you can put real estate, you can put all of that in there, right? And the dope part about it is this. This is what I love about it. They're free. Like, you can get in it with whatever you need to get. There's no limit that what you can start it with. And then there's no limit to what you can put in there. Right? But also what I love about it is this, like, what I do with my daughter is, I'm gonna get you on that. What I love to do with my daughter is I like to talk to her about investment. Like, I like to talk to my daughter about investing. Like, when I put money in her account, I talk to her like, yo, you like playing this? You like playing that? Yep, look, let me buy you some stocks in there. And what happens is this, I want us to understand is, like, we don't gotta pick the perfect stock all the time. Like when my daughter said she wanted to buy Roblox, you know what the fun part of that was? Letting her buy Roblox. How many shares you want to buy? She said 100. I said, all right, bet. It's your account. You want to buy 100 shares of Roblox? Cool. Buy your 100 shares of Roblox. Thing. It's okay. She's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, 40, 50, 60. So she got 12 more years. She got 150 shares of Roblox. So what if it's down right now? I'll buy some more for her. She gonna have it for. She got 12 more years for it to do something. Right? She got 12 more years. So then what she can do is, in the 12 years, if it's going down, I just buy some more while it's down. It's cool. And do something in 12 years, cool. If somebody purchases it and buy it out, that's cool too. She got 12 years. It's about setting the precedent. It's about giving them the exposure. It's about giving them the exposure to wealth. It's about giving them the exposure to investing. And so we talk about it. Think, what's A? A is for asset. What's B? B is for bank. What's C? C is for credit. What's D? What's D? Well, D is for dividend. What's E? E is for equity. What's F? F is financials. This is like we exposing her to it. I don't try to give her the ABCs all at once. We do it little by little. We do it little by little. And if you got multiple kids, I remember my great aunt made me set up an account for all 7 of her great grandkids, for her grandkids. Her great grandkids. I sat in that house one day, I put it on my Instagram live. I sat in that house for an hour and a half and made 9 custodial accounts for her. Yes, you can. So I want us to understand that. So if we telling our kids that type of message, what do you think gonna become the norm for them? Same with your favorite book, How Money Works. She's been reading it since she was 1. She loved this book. She loved this book. How Money Works. She loved this book. You know why? Because it talked to her in pictures. It talked to her in pictures. It talked to her in pictures. You feel me? She loved the book. Talk about income, financial instruments. It talked to her in pictures. I bought this book when she was 1 year old. Yes, if you don't have kids, you can still make the account, fam. Like, what are we doing with our children? So you ask me a question, you'll be like Trap, what's the reason behind it? Man, look, we are in like such a grievous place right now. And we got to take action. Our policy should always be, and I want you to say this, like our policy should be to go all in on conquering the monstrous tyranny of poverty. Our policy should be to go all in on the monstrous tyranny of poverty. And our aim should be victory. And I'm not talking about like the victory that like they once told us. Right? I ain't talking about the victory where they told our people it was free and then the economic slavery got deeper. I ain't talking about the freedom where they signed the Emancipation Proclamation and our people thought they were free. It was about the real victory. I'm talking about the real victory that put them in a better situation. I'm talking about real victory. What if you don't have kids? It's cool if you don't have kids. Open it up for your nieces and nephews. Help somebody out. If you ain't got you need a bank account. They need a social security number. Like, let's be real. If you don't have kids, then your kids don't got a bank account. They don't got a social security number yet. Look right here. Number 2, welcome to Let's Open Up a UGMA account. What do you need? Social security number of the child. Let's read it. You need a social security number. If you don't have a child, you don't have a social security number. I want us to do this. I want us to stop for a second when we ask a question. Real talk. Before we ask the question, let's use the data first. When we ask the question, before we ask it, let's use the data first. Right? So day 1, we said in order to open up an account for yourself, we said we need a bank account. We said you got to put your social security number in there. Right? You need a bank account. You got to put your social security number in there. So if you're going to open up a custodial account for your kid, then they probably need at least a social security number. If it's a custodial, then they need you, the custodian, over somebody's kid. Or it just means that you are the owner, right? It just means that you're the owner of it. Okay, if it's a little blurry, cool. You know what we know how to do? We know the first thing to do is go to the site. And once we go to the site and we do that, boom, it's going to open everything up for us. Right? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Like, sometimes we can just, before we blur out a question, like, let's think for a second. That's all I want us to do. This is how we get wired for wealth, y'all. This is how we get wired for wealth. This is how we get wired for wealth. This is how we get wired for wealth. I'm going to tell you why. Because sometimes, watch this. Sometimes and I'm not even going to say the common sense thing. I ain't saying that. Sometimes we feel so inadequate that we don't give ourselves credit for being smart as we are. That's another form of trauma, y'all. Sometimes we don't give ourselves credit for being smart as we are. Because this is why I say we need that reprogramming. Because anytime it comes to money and investing, we immediately freeze up. What I gotta do? What I need to do? I don't know this. I don't know that. I don't know. You feel inadequate. That's why we need. You feel me? That's why we need it. That's why we need it, y'all. And it's okay. All right, so let's go next, man. Man, I want us to understand like how important this is for us. Like, this is so important for us. This is so important for us, y'all. And you know why this is so important for us? This is important for us because the trauma ain't on our kids. It starts with us first. It starts with us first. I can't, G. It starts with us first. We gotta unfold the mental trauma that we have when it comes to money. We gotta unfold that trauma. We gotta like take that trauma back, yo. Like, we gotta put ourselves in position to be empowered. We gotta put ourselves in position to know that we can, like, man, we can do this, y'all. We can accomplish this, y'all. We gotta overcome financial anxiety. We gotta, like, it's rooted in us. It's rooted in us. And we'll never be wealthy. We'll never get ourselves to the next level if we don't like identify, like, yo, like, I am at the moment, like, I haven't been exposed to what it takes to come. Like, I'm not, like, we gotta have them uncomfortable conversations with ourselves. We gotta have the uncomfortable conversations with ourselves, right? Because once we have that, then we can go to the next level. Like, once we left there and uproot that and be like, yo, like, I had them. Like, I had them for a long time. For a long time, every time I got money, I felt like I had to go spend some money because I was so grateful to have some money. Man, boy, what? Work overtime, boy, as soon as you work, as soon as you get the overtime, that's what you do. You know, already calculated how much money that overtime gonna bring you and what you gonna spend that on. What? 5 hours overtime? 10 hours overtime? That's what? What? That's $300 after taxes? That I'm going to get that with it. Well, what? That's 5 hours overtime? Bet I'm going to do this with it. We got to overcome that financial anxiety. We got to overcome that. Let me ask you a question. Can we honestly say that where we are now, hear me out, can we honestly say that where we are now, we can say, yo, I'm doing an amazing job at putting my child or my nieces and nephews in position to be financially free? Can we honestly say that? Can we honestly say that, yo, like as of today, as of right now, I've been doing everything right to put my kids in a position? Like, can we say that? So when we say certain things like, I want my kids to have the life that I ain't have, are we saying that we want to put them in a financially better situation? Or are we saying we're going to give them all the materialistic things that we ain't have? Okay, I'm going to say that again. Like this one kind of tough, right? When we sit there and ask ourselves and we say, yo, I want my kids to have the life that I didn't have, does that mean we putting them in a position to be financially good? Or does that mean we teaching them how to get all materialistic stuff that we ain't have that we wanted to get? So now we living our life through them. We buying them all the designer stuff because we ain't never had it, but yet our kids don't know a damn thing about money. We buying them all the designer stuff that we ain't have because we think that look real cool on them. When all our kids wanted was some shoes, some lights on it. The kid don't care about that. Man, I want the shoes with the lights on it. They're at the back. Go get them. The kid can't count the 1 to 100 good, but they know about Gucci, Louis. They on the camera doing this. They know all Lil Baby music. Shout out to Lil Baby. That new song he put out was cold blood. They know all Cardi B music. They know all the dances on TikTok. And what you ask, what a stock is? A stock. What a dividend is? A dividend. What credit is? Credit. But our kids got all the fly stuff on. And all the pictures they throwing up gang side. They saying gang, gang. They looking good. They know the poses. They know the TikTok dances. They know all the songs. The kids struggling with thinking they beautiful. The kids talking about, the people, they got through all kind of situations here, but all you is might be, but my kid's good. What type of BS is that? Or can we take the moment now to say, bet, I know what I gotta do now? Can we honestly say that up until this moment, we've exposed our kids to what wealthy looks like? Can we say up until this moment, up until this day, that we've exposed our kids to the possibilities of being wealth? When our kids say something like, Mama, I want that, and you say, oh man, we can't afford that right now. Daddy, I want that. We ain't got no money for that. Put that down. Stop touching stuff in here. But then what you go turn around and do is go buy something that you don't need that costs 18 times more than what they ask you for. What you showing your kids when you do that? They just wanted a bar of candy. They just wanted a pair of jelly bean slippers. You told them put that down. You went turned around and bought a Gucci bag that costs 100 times more what they asked for, but you just say, we can't afford that. I ain't got money for that. Like our mind, we think one thing, but what are our actions showing our kids? All right. We're gonna go a little further. All right. All right. So now we talking about that. We talked about it, man, the unlimited contributions. The unlimited contributions that we can put into that. But also what we love about this is the kitty tax. So the kitty tax, so even though these UGMA accounts and these UEM accounts, even though they're not tax shelters, they do get taxed less under what's called kitty tax. So the kitty tax is somewhere like, I think it's the first, the initial $2,000 is good, and then another $2,200 after that get taxed at 10%, and then $3,500 after that gets taxed at 24%, and then $6,800 after that get taxed at 34%. Right? So it gets taxed like that. And that's called the kitty tax. Now, but it's not a tax shelter. Understand that. It's not a tax shelter. All right. Let's go a little deeper. Hack number 2. Right? So this one is the, some people ask me about it like, Trap, what's the Roth IRA? What's the minor Roth IRA? So we can also do that. Right? We can also do that. Right? So here's the thing. Here's the thing about the minor Roth IRA. This is what I like about this. So this is clutch right here, right? This is clutch right here. Right? So with the minor Roth IRA, now look how we can double down right here. Right? Right? Look how we can double down right here. So with the minor Roth IRA, we can only put up to $6,000 in here. Right? Now watch how this is. You can only put up to $6,000 in here a year. Or, hear me out, or the child's taxable income is 18 and under, right? 18 and under. Here's the thing, what I like about this. So we can only put $6,000 a year in here, right? But check this out. We gonna use this. I like when I throw something out there that be cold-blooded, because this is how we think further down the line. You feel me? This is how we think further down the line. So you already got the custodial account that you pumping, right? Now for this account, you can put up to $6,000 a year in. Check this out. The money that they earn is tax-free. Now, they can't get it till they 59 and a half. But check this out. If we really was putting our kids in position to win, where do we max this joker here out at a certain age, right? For them. Watch what I'm about to say, though. Now, when they get 59, already put them in position to be good at an old age. Now, let's go a little deeper, though. If they got to have a job, we can either hire the kid on our job, or we can make them an independent contractor and then start putting with business account. Ooh, with business credit. Ooh. Listen. Right? So you start them a grass cutting business, a babysitting business, or wipe the cabinet business. With the business that we wipe cabinets, you pay them $6,000 a year for wiping cabinets. Now you can use that as taxable income for you because you hire them. And now that you hired them, right? Now that you hired them, now that money that they using, that you paying them, you putting that inside their Roth IRA. And now that you put that inside their minor Roth IRA, you max them out at $6,000 a year. Now now you got money rocking for them till they 59. You've already taken care of them. You've already taken care of them in retirement age. You start them a business as an independent contractor, you paying them, now you can start building business credit for them. Your credit good, you put them on your, woo! We talking about generational wealth is what I'm talking about, y'all. I'm talking about playing a game at a completely different level. I'm talking about making your money serve not only you at the highest possible frequency, but serving your kids at the highest possible frequency. I'm talking about making sure your kids and your kids' kids are straight. I'm talking about putting them in position, yo. I ain't talking about making them look cool on pictures. I'm talking about making them cool in real life. I'm talking about making them cool in real life. I'm talking about putting them 10, 15, 20 years before they friends. Because while their friends being cool, their friends going to be broke. While their friends got on all the fly stuff, your kid a millionaire at 18. Making their friends work for them. And got a retirement account already ready. I'm talking about putting them in position, y'all. That's what we do. Oh, you want own Roblox? Bet. Own 100 shares of Roblox. Own 200 shares. I don't care. Bet. This is how we change the game. But we got to tell ourselves, yo, I don't know that. And we got to tell ourselves, I got to get around people and I got to get some courses or some books or some information that expose me to something new. Because if not, I'm going to keep repeating the same goddamn cycle that's been taught to me. I'm going to make sure my kids inherit the same financial traumas and the financial anxiety that I inherited. I'm going to make sure my kids inherit the same poverty mindset that I inherit if we don't change the game. This is what I'm talking about. When I say tonight, you're going to go to another level, because tonight I'm making you take responsibility of not just yourself. I'm making you take responsibility that my kid's going to be in another situation. I'm taking responsibility that the next set of kids going to be in another situation. I told y'all last night that you are the financial revolutionary of your bloodline, and you got to stand on that, yo. You got to stand on that. And if you ain't willing to stand on that, then what the hell you doing? What the hell you doing? What you doing? You know the world hard. You know it's tough out here. And you ain't doing what's necessary to put them in position. You watching them struggle. You mad at them for making badass decisions, and then they number replicate what they saw you do? What is we doing? Next slide, man. Next slide. All right, check this out. Before we even get into that, man, some people was asking me in my comments, in my DM, they was like, Trap, like, man, because I told you that's for y'all. I told you yesterday I had something for y'all. I was gonna wait till the last day, but like literally, I got so many DMs. Like, man, Trap, what's up? So this week I'm doing this thing called the Trapper's Mythology, yo. It's called a Trapper's Mythology. My team gonna put the link in there. It's 1997. Trapper's Mythology. You're gonna work with me. You're going crazy. You're gonna see the link in there. Man, let's get it. It's 1997. And I'm gonna be real. What we gonna do, we gonna go through some stuff for the kids. We're going to go through how I structure my daughter account. We're going to go through so much. My team will put the link in here. Like, let's get it. We going through that. We're going to do a day of just Q&A. And then we to first never talked about before. I told y'all we going to offer something. Like everybody, some people like, I bet, like, I just want the free information. That's cool. I ain't mad at that. But for the ones that won't work with me, for the ones that won't rock with me, let's rock. Let's rock. Let's rock. Let's rock. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. We trapping, now we trapping. We trapping, now we trapping. How we feeling? How we feeling? How we feeling? Is we wired for wealth or is we wired for wealth? And I promise y'all, yo, you will never, ever be able to work with me at that price again. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. We trapping. We trapping. My team, they're going to put the link in there. We trapping. They're going to put it in there. It's only, listen, you ain't going to never, ever, like, they're going to put the link in the chat. Let's go, man. So here's it is. Here's it is. Here's it is. So when we invest for our kids, we thinking growth. We thinking growth. We thinking growth strategies, right? And in those strategies, we're going to look for businesses that have growth. We're going to look for businesses that can propel forward, move forward. We're going to look for them type of businesses, right? It's I've been talking heavy all night. What else we supposed to do? What else I'm supposed to do? What else I'm supposed to do? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to look for growth industries, right? So in them growth industries, we're going to look for is higher growth rates and higher profitability, right? Yes, you can, because so somebody say classes have kids, 100%, because it's not just about that. We gonna break down frameworks. Like I created frameworks, right? I created frameworks on what it takes to find great businesses. And if you're in my Trap Masters, don't worry, you get that as part of the, them 4 classes gonna be included in Trap Masters. Don't trip, you feel me? So I probably can. Let me see something. No, I can't. So we're gonna go through different frameworks, day 1, day 2, day 3, and then we're gonna have a day of just Q&A. You feel me? The link is coming, y'all. You know they got a lot of people, so I'm gonna try to see if I can pin it. You feel me? But don't trip. Right? So what we're gonna do is, and you gotta just keep doing it here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through those frameworks on investing, on finding risk management. We're just gonna go through a lot, man. But it ain't gonna be enough, but you can't get it. What I want you to understand is this, yo, like, this is what we doing. This is how we growing. In these times, during this pandemic, during this recession that we going through, there's frameworks that's needed. There's frameworks that's needed. And in those frameworks, during this time, is where we learn, okay, this is what I need to learn the most. It's during this time where I need to learn how to set up, because here's the dope part about this. In 2000, none of us was ready. In 2000, none of us was ready. It's Trap Matters open right now. Yeah, Trap Matters open. None of us was ready. In 2008, none of us was ready. None of us was ready. Right? None of us was ready. So what do we do? What do we do? we missed out on the opportunity. We missed out on the opportunities in 2008. We missed out on that. So here's what I talked about before. We said this. Even if you know something, if you don't have belief in it, you can't take advantage of it. You feel me? Hold up. Even if we know something, you with me? Because here's what it is. In 2008, we knew about the stock market. We just ain't believe in it. In 2008, we knew about the stock market. We just didn't believe in it. So when what you know and what you believe don't marry one another, you can't take advantage of the opportunity. Let's say that again. When what you know and what you believe haven't married one another, you can't take advantage of the opportunity. So we missed 2008. Let me see something right quick. Put your hand up. Email it to me. Email it to me. Right? I want us to understand that. Because we didn't know about 2008. We didn't believe in it in 2008. We missed the opportunity. So let me say this. In 2022, can we afford to miss an opportunity? Can we afford to miss the opportunity? All right. So now we got to take advantage of it. All right, let's go. So what we looking for? I'm going to be real. Me personally, what I like is I love cybersecurity. Like just being real. Not only do I love cybersecurity, but I love fintech. And I love medical devices. I love cybersecurity. I love fintech. And I love medical devices. Why? Because that's where we're going. Can we all acknowledge the fact that the more we get in technology, the more we'll need cybersecurity? Can we acknowledge that? Can we say that? Can we acknowledge that? Hey, y'all. There you go. Right? Can we acknowledge that? Can we acknowledge that? That the more we get into technology, the more we'll need cybersecurity. Can we acknowledge that? I'm putting a link in the chat. Can we acknowledge that the medical industry has a chokehold on America? Can we acknowledge that? Can we acknowledge that? Can we acknowledge the fact that heart monitors, that's facts. The time is now. Somebody say, all I hear is tick, tick, tick. The time is now. We need to know that. Because we talked about this. And this is how we building out these custodial accounts. We building out these custodial accounts in a way and in a manner that can serve us and serve our kids at the highest level. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? If we trapping, say we trapping, y'all. If we trapping, say we trapping. So for me, for my daughter, like she has Strike, she has Fortnite, she has NVIDIA, she has Abbott Labs. These are some of the things that she have in her custodial account. FinTech, cybersecurity. This is in her custodial account. Medical devices. I took 2 years to learn medical devices because I understood that America, as long as they're selling us the problem, they're going to sell us the solution. And the solution will always come in the form of medicine. The solution sometimes comes in the form of a device we got to whip. It comes in the form of an ear monitor. It comes in the form of a catheter. It comes in the form of a wheelchair with electricity. It comes in the form of somebody having to pick themselves for diabetes. It comes in the form of telescopes. It comes in the form of 3D printing machines. It comes in that form. So why wouldn't I be in that industry? I see these industries continuously picking up on what they're producing and their research and development. And I also understand people that live in America don't take good care of their health. So because I know they don't take good care of their health, I mean, this business is still $1 trillion business. And that means this business is going to keep evolving. So I'm also investing in industry that's laboratories that create vaccines, Alexandria Labs. They create vaccines. They lease out laboratories for scientists and medical fields to come do work in. It's just about understanding how the game goes. It's about understanding how the game goes. So if I understand the game and I know nobody not giving me the blueprint of the framework and I keep got a bump in my head, I keep got to trying to figure it out the hallway. Nah, yo, I created frameworks. I've been waiting for this time. I thought 2020 was going to be this time, but we got out of that fast. So when we've been in this for 7 weeks, I said, oh, this the time. I said, oh, this the one. My first post of January 2022, look what I said. I said, yo, we going to see an economic downturn. And what happened? We got into one. We 8 weeks in. S&P 500 just hit a bear market today. NASDAQ down 30%. Dow Jones been down the last 7 weeks. What we doing? What we doing? Let's go. I want us to see something. Right? So we putting frameworks together. In that trapper mythology, we putting frameworks together, man. We're going to do a day of just Q&A so I can just answer questions that y'all have off the top of the head. And when I'm talking 1997, y'all, I'm talking about like, yo, like I've did a one-on-one for $5,000. I'm talking 1997. You got me for 3 days. Oh, cool. Listen, I told y'all, if you're a person that just won't get it for the free, you just want to take notes, yo, you better be taking notes like I don't know what. But then there's the opportunity to work. If you won't go to the next level. Listen, I was in a room I paid $40,000 for. A man made $96 million last year, and he still was paying a. Oh, I'm in the right room. I need you to say this with me right quick, y'all. I need you to say this with me right quick, y'all. I buy information, access, and assets. And once I get the information and the access, I become the asset. Once I get the information and the access, I become the asset. Let's look at this. The super wealthy average inheritance is $2.7 million. The average inheritance of the super wealthy, the ultra wealthy, is $2.7 million. That's average. The wealthy averages $719,000 inheritance. Watch the drastic fall off. The so-called middle class average inheritance is $32,000. Look at this drop off. The lower class average inheritance is $6,000. Yo, that can't even pay for the funeral, y'all. Ronald Reagan said something. Product of Reaganomics, right? Ronald Reagan said something that was heavy. Ronald Reagan said something that was heavy. Ronald Reagan said this: freedom is never more than one generation away from being extinct. It must be fought for, it must be protected, and it must be handed to them. Or one day we'll spend our sunsets telling our children's children how good it was to be free. I want us to think about that. I want us to think about that. I want us to sit that in our head right quick. I want us to sit on that right quick. I want us to sit on that right quick. Ronald Reagan. And he's saying this. He's saying this from a wealthy perspective. He's saying this from a wealthy perspective. Wow. He's saying this from a wealthy perspective. Ronald Reagan said, freedom is never more than one generation away from being extinct. It must be fought for, it must be protected, and it must be handed down to the next generation. Or one day we'll spend our sunsets talking to our children's children of how once it was amazing to be free. He's saying that from a wealthy perspective. Think about that. So imagine him saying, somebody wealthy saying to somebody wealthy, like, yo, you got to fight for this. Like, you got to fight for this. Exactly. But he was wealthy and we not. So imagine what a wealthy person saying to a wealthy person, that we got to fight for this freedom. You know what gave them freedom? A sense of wealth. Exactly. He was wealthy and we not. And you fighting to be poor. You fighting to stay in poverty. You fighting for the limitations that you have. Because the first thing you say, I don't got enough money for that. I can't afford that. Well, what are you doing to improve the situation? What type of information are you learning to change what you know? What type of words are you using to bring that into your life? You right, they was wealthy and you not. I'm just saying. That's why you just saying. And you ain't just doing. You ain't just achieving. You ain't just going out there. You dig? We good at letting America, oh, I'm waiting for the school system to do this. We good at blaming the school system. We want more from the school system. We want more from the government. We want more from the president. We want more from our parents than we want from ourselves. We don't have them high expectations on ourselves. We got them high expectations. Or the preacher ain't told me this. Or the school ain't taught me that. Or the government ain't give me this. Or my job ain't do this. I'm just saying. We got higher expectations for everybody else but ourselves. Every time it come to us, it's, it's somebody else's fault. It ain't my fault. We don't want to take no accountability for nothing. We don't even want to have a hard conversation with ourselves. Like, right now, I'm not in the right mindset to build wealth. Right now, I really don't got the tools to build wealth. Yo, I got to do some different things in my life. We good at being poor. We good at being poor. We make poor excuses. We spend our money poor. We poor. Yeah. Your reality is not your potential. And the reason why you will forever be held in financial bondage and your children will suffer that same financial bondage is because you passing them limitations on. How you talk about money and how you believe money. And that financial depression shows up in so many different ways. In order to heal that financial depression, we got to change our philosophy. We got to go through that wealth therapy. You got to think wealth, speak wealth in order to achieve wealth. We know that in order to attain wealth, we got to change the stuff that we know. We know that in order to change wealth, we got to learn how to invest our money. We know in order to attain wealth, we know that we got to start studying people that have already achieved wealth. We know that, but what we don't and what we don't truly realize is that if we take one step forward, we've already started the journey to achieving wealth. Your kids watching you. What you gonna do for them? Let's go, man. Look at it. We're gonna dig deeper. The ultra wealthy. Look at this, y'all. Look at this, y'all. The ultra wealthy receives $447 for every $1 that the lower class receives in wealth. Say it again. It's a stat. Since 2022. The ultra wealthy receives $447 for every $1 that the lower class receives in wealth. What do you think the catalyst to that is? Information and the generation before them put them in position. Let's just sit on that. Let's just sit on that. Remember, think wealth, speak wealth, achieve wealth. Remember what we said, man. A rich man's wealth is his strong castle. A poor man's destruction is his poverty. Proverbs 19:14 said this, man. Houses and wealth are inherited from thy father, and a woman, a mother, is as prudent as gold. I want us to understand that. Now, we can create our future. We can create the future we want. We can create the future that we desire. But nothing truly happens to us until we make up that decision in our mind to be wealthy, y'all. So I dropped the link in there and I'm going to say this, man. Let the consequences of wealth be a lifetime of freedom. You must change for what you say you want, or you got to change what you say you want. You got to change for what you say you want, or you got to change what you say you want, man. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, man. I love y'all. We went in a trap for 2 hours again today. This is day 2, Wire for Wealth, y'all. We up a notch. We up a notch. We up a notch. And for every custodial account you call, man, it's okay to call them people. It's their job to tell you what you need to know. I gave you alley-oops. You got to go put in some of the work, y'all. We got to heal that financial anxiety in ourselves so we don't pass that on to our kids. We say we want money. We say we want to build wealth. But as soon as we get into the thick of it, we act like we confused. Stand in that shit bold. Stand in that bold. Know that you can learn it. And I'm going to be real. If you don't know, Man, go get around somebody that can teach it to you. Go get in front of somebody who gonna teach it to you. Go get in front of somebody who can help you go to the next level. Go get in front of somebody. Go be around somebody. Go get in the room. Go get access. Go get information. Go be around. Go get mentored by somebody that can help you go to the next level. Stop trying to figure it out on your own. Go get you a tour guide to wealth. It's okay to say we don't know, but don't let what you know keep you from learning what you don't know. Don't let what you don't know be an excuse why you don't go get what you need to know. Say that again. Don't let what you know keep you from learning what you don't know. And don't let what you don't know be a reason why you don't go get what you know you need to know. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Again, man, don't let what you don't know be an excuse for why you don't go get what you need to know, man. I love y'all, man. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper. Listen, man, day 2, Wire for Wealth. Like the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube. We knocking these down after like the next day. Don't worry. Click that link, join that, man. It's the only time, I promise y'all, like y'all was DMing me like crazy. It's the only time you're gonna be able to get to work with me like this for that. I'm just in that mode. I'm in that space. You know what I'm saying? Listen, day 3 gonna be crazy. We got a special guest coming. He gonna go crazy. He gonna go crazy. You can go back and watch day 1. You can catch day 2. Day 3, we got somebody that's gonna go crazy tomorrow. I can't wait for that. He gonna talk to us about wealth. The link was never $20, fam. Right? It said $19.97, not $20, fam. Right? But we got somebody that's coming through tomorrow that's going crazy. We definitely gonna send y'all the emails during the trip because it was in the chat. Look, man, it's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper. Think on what we talked about tonight. Use that to level up. Use that to build out a blueprint. And if it's a lot, man, come work with me, man. Let's go, man. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, man. I'm out.